So, Full Moon was released recently, and fans are talking about two things from the episode. One is whether the cherubs and dorks should have been in this episode, which will be its own separate video in the future. The other is Blitz and Stolas' relationship ending at the end of the episode. Specifically, who's more at fault for what happened between them. As you can tell from the video's title, I think the blame is more on Stolas. Before this goes any further, and people fill my comment section questioning why I hate Stolas, I don't. I think both Blitz and Stolas screwed up in this situation and share some blame. However, if I had to name one person who deserves more to blame, it's Stolas, specifically for this line.
I didn't realize you think so low of me.
This line just rubs me the wrong way. It's like Stolas is hurt to hear Blitz say such a thing to him. The problem is that Blitz has every reason to believe what he told him here when we look back at the series.
I mean, you royal fucks think you can do this every time. Like you can just play with our feelings because we're smaller and not as important. Well, I'm not letting you, bitch!
First, let's look at how Blitz and Stolas' relationship started. Unlike many series where a couple builds up before actually happening, Blitz and Stolas start in a relationship. However, it wasn't a typical relationship either. In the first episode, we hear Stolas call back for the grimoire Blitz initially took from him. During that, we hear the deal that they come to so Blitz can keep it.
Once a month, on the full moon, you return the book to me, followed by a night of passionate fornication. And you get to keep it all the rest of the time,
So we're already led to believe that that's what Stolas wanted. He gets to meet with Blitz for what he wants, and Blitz gets to keep the grimoire for almost a whole month. Looking at it out of the year, Blitz only has to set aside 12 days to sleep with Stolas, so he can continue running his business. Yes, Blitz has to sleep with Stolas, but considering it's Blitz, that doesn't seem to be a big deal for him. I mean, if he's willing to sleep with someone like Chaz, just to find out how he won over Moxie and Millie, then I think Blitz is fine sleeping with anyone, as long as he gets something out of it. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Back to the deal with Stolas. The series made it seem that Stolas only wanted to sleep with Blitz for the most part. In the following episode, Lululand, Stolas hires the M crew to serve as security for him and his daughter. This is messed up since he only hires Blitz so he can continue flirting with him after telling his daughter he wants to spend time with her. Also, Stolas didn't need security, which I discussed in my Western Energy video. After that, we see them getting together early at Harvest Moon Festival because Stolas has to go to a festival in Wrath. Stolas also invites him and the M crew since Blitz can't do his job without the grimoire, and it's also where his employees are from. There's not much else to say really about this one. It comes off more as Blitz taking a short vacation instead of thinking Stolas was inviting him to grow closer to him. Granted, you can't argue that Stolas would have tried to if he wasn't busy with the festival, but it doesn't change the fact that from Blitz's point of view, it seems the relationship isn't more than the deal between them. Finally, there's Truth Seekers, where Stolas uses his powers to save the M crew. To be fair, at first, it seems like he was genuinely worried about Blitz.
Have my ways, darling. Are you all right?
Ugh, I'm fine, Stolas.
Good.
However, as I said, he seemed genuinely worried about Blitz at first. That went away after just a few seconds.
How the fuck did you get caught by humans? Are you little creatures not being careful up here? You know, if you get in trouble, I get in trouble. We don't want that.
For the record, I agree that Stolas had a reason to be worried about getting in trouble. I'm not arguing against that. My point is that Stolas has made it clear that the book is of higher importance here, and Blitz should know better than to get caught by humans. Also, Stolas immediately asked for Blitz to sleep with him as a thank you for saving him, making it appear that's all he cares about. All these moments have two things in common. Stolas seems to care more about sex and never takes a moment to get to know Blitz. However, one episode between them in the first season is the exception. That episode is Aussie's, which I was saving for last because it makes it look like Blitz is right to feel the way he does about Stolas. In Aussie's, Blitz tries to spy on Moxie and Millie while they're out on their anniversary. However, he can't get into the club because he's by himself, so he gets the idea to use Stolas to get into the club. Initially, it works, but it becomes one of Blitz's worst nights. I know I've discussed this extensively in my Veronica and Blitz videos, so I'll be brief and then explain why I'm bringing this scene up again. During the episode's song, Blitz gets called out by his ex-best friend, Vizarali, and his ex-girlfriend, Veronica. by the way, I'm excited we're finally seeing Veronica again after all this time. Don't judge me.
Oh, I do judge you, sir.
Yeah, and I judged you twice, Moxie. Please check out those videos after this one, by the way. Anyways, back on topic. After Blitz gets confronted, Ozzy recognizes that he's with Stolas, and this happens.
You used to have a smoking wife, a kid, you had it all. I hope you didn't give it up so you and him could get it up. You sold your life for a thrust.
While I can't speak for everyone, this was the moment I went back to when thinking about how Blitz sees their relationship. It's the moment where Blitz starts thinking that Stolas sees him as nothing more than a prostitute, and that he's embarrassed by him. Again, if you go back to Lululand, Stolas had no problem hitting on Blitz in front of his daughter while they were out at a theme park. However, it's a problem now because someone higher than him is pointing this out in a club. And I know someone's going to say, of course it matters more because Osmodeus is one of the 7 deadly sins. But it doesn't take away how messed up that was to tell his daughter, hey, I want to spend time with you, and then go around hitting on someone the whole day in front of her while they were in a public place. On top of all that, the only time we've seen Stolas suggest doing something besides sex is after Blitz tells him he's not going to sleep with him after driving him home. However, Blitz immediately shuts it down and tells him why.
Stolas, don't act like what we have is anything but you wanting me to fuck you, okay? You make that really clear all the time.
Again, with all I pointed out, is it any surprise that Blitz reacted the way he did? Better question, is Stolas really surprised at the end of Full Moon when what Blitz said to him was the same thing he said at the end of Ozzy's? I know most people hearing this video who defend Stolas are going to say, well, what about Stolas' backstory and how Stella is a total bitch for abusing him and tried to kill him? While his abuse is important, and I'm in no way saying it isn't, in this case, it doesn't play a factor because Blitz doesn't know about any of this. Yes, we as viewers know Stolas' life and what he's gone through. I've even seen people use that argument for why they feel bad for Stolas and think Blitz is in the wrong. However, everyone looking at it like that ignores the fact that Blitz has never seen or heard any of these details. As we can see in the series, Stolas has never told Blitz any of these details to this point. We don't even see Stolas tell Blitz that Stella hired Stryker to kidnap him. It would be one thing if Blitz knew about Stolas' life and still had that reaction, but he doesn't know any of that. That's why he has every right to think that Stolas only sees him as a prostitute. Would Blitz have second thoughts if Stolas told him everything? Absolutely. Should I pretend Blitz should know everything I know as a viewer and see where Stolas is coming from? No, because we've never seen him learn about any of this. If Stolas wants to grow closer to Blitz, he has to talk to him like a normal person, not act like a horny teenager around him, and then distance himself for months without saying why. I think Stolas could fix this if he tries talking to Blitz, but only time will tell if I'm right about that. For now, though, that's the end of this video. As I said, I already have another video planned for this episode, which I hope to release next week. Until then, I'm curious, what do all of you think? Are both equally at fault, or does one deserve more blame than the other? Let me know all that in the comments. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to see more of my content in the future. I'm Marco Strange. Stay safe, stay strange.